Today, I'd like to talk about the process of change. If we take the issue of weight loss, for example, I may choose a goal such as losing 10 kilograms or attaining a specific weight. I then decide with willpower and determination to move towards my goal. What I'm trying to achieve is a result. However, if you understand how change occurs, you will know that this approach has a very limited success rate, and that when I try to change the result, whether it is my blood pressure or weight loss or achieving a toned body or anything else, I'm eventually pulled back to the starting point as if there's a spring attached to my back. And the more I progress, the stronger the pull of that string becomes, so that in the end, I'm back to square one. Let's try to understand why this happens. Change occurs in three circles. There's an outer circle, and we call it the circle of results. The circle of results says, I want to change the result. I want to get slim. I want to advance my career. Or I want to leave my job. No matter what it is, we're speaking the language of results. The outer circle usually produces disappointments as people fail to create a new version of themselves. The reason is that if I want new results, I have to create a new version of myself. I can't go with the old version of myself and achieve new results. You can't ask to be thin or fit or anything else related to exercise or nutrition, for example, without making a switch in your head and changing yourself. The old version of me can achieve new results, such as weight loss. I may look in the mirror and see a much thinner person, but in my mind, I still see myself as overweight. The image in my head brings me back to square one. This is what happens to people who focus on the outer circle, the circle of results. Then there's a middle circle, a more inner circle, and this is the circle of habits. Some people have understood that in order to achieve the results they're seeking, they must change their habits. Small new habits linked to established ones are a very useful tool to show yourself that you are capable of change. Personally, I'm a big fan of small incremental changes. They prove to us that we're capable of change. However, if we're not fully committed to that change, the new habits will also fall by the wayside after we tire of them. For example, you may plan to go on a 30-minute walk every day, but suddenly there's a meeting booked and something happened with the kids and then it rained, and within a few weeks, you may drop the new habit because you are still the old version of yourself. Now, beyond habits, there's an inner circle. The innermost circle is the circle of identity, the circle of who I perceive myself to be. As long as I perceive myself as not good enough or not worthy or lazy or incapable, as long as this identity doesn't change, I won't be able to change my habits, and then the habits won't be able to change the results. I may want to be debt-free or invest or even start my own business. People have dreams, but what they discover is that they can't leave their jobs because deep down they're afraid. So as long as the fear version remains there, they won't be able to leave because there's no one to work with. From the brain's perspective, it says, come on, I want to make your dreams come true. Let's make money. Let's get thin. Let's get ahead. Let's improve our career. But fear makes us stay in the stable job with the fortnightly paycheck. That's our identity. And no dream will help, no self-help book, no workshop, no course. That's because change is not made from the outside in, but from the inside out. You need to work first on your identity. You need to work on what scares you. You need to eliminate the fears. You need to work on the power of your why. Why do you want to start an independent business? Why do you want to lose weight? If you find the power of your why, you will succeed. You must work only on the inside, on that overweight person inside your head, on the fearful person inside. These characters hold us back. Once you've created a new version of yourself, you can start practicing new habits. For that new version, acquiring new habits is easy because the winner in you is ready to do new things, new habits. Naturally, with new habits and a new you, there are new results, and then your dreams start coming true. So how do you start changing yourself? It starts with self-talk. Stop the negative self-talk. Stop the guilt. Stop the self-criticism. Stop the shame. All the things you hide from others that you say to yourself and about yourself inside. You would not want to associate with a friend who says the things that you say to yourself. You would not be able to maintain a friendship with someone who talks to you in such an abusive way all day. You can't succeed when you talk to yourself like that. Get rid of the negative self-talk and start acquiring new skills for yourself, a me who has respect, empowerment, inspiration, and creativity, a me who asks, what am I good at and what am I capable of? Then new dreams begin to develop, and through them, you start practicing new habits. When you practice new habits, new results begin to arrive. The more new results there are, the more you achieve. And then the internal language changes from a language that says, I'm overweight, I'm not enough, I'm not good enough, to a language where you say, everything I touch works out. This leads to momentum. Momentum is created from the inside out. If you like this post, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. I'd love to read your comments. And if you'd like to create the change in yourself and you're looking for support on your journey of liberation from emotional eating, click the link below to book a free strategy call with me.